some quick inspiration real quick, man. I got about 15, 20 minutes to tap in, man. So hopefully y'all got some more time to build with the kid, man. What's the word, man? Round two, man. We doing a two a day in this joint, man. Something just came over me, man. And I feel like I gotta discuss it and talk about it and make knowledge born real quick, man. So like I said, hope y'all got about another 15, 20 minutes to dedicate to listening to this build real quick. So I'm gonna give y'all a chance to tap in with the kid before I start venting and going off in this joint, because that's exactly what I'm about to do real quick, man. I'm about to vent just some things that I'm tapping into and paying attention to that I got to talk about real quick, man. Just get it off my chest. This is like therapy. It's like therapy sometimes, man. Get this stuff off my chest. Montel, peace. FS, peace. Just, you already know, man. We back to the tour days, man. Y'all know. Y'all know how I do it, man. Evan, peace. What's happening? Magic, peace. Dominique, peace once again. Mr. Trax, peace. What's happening? Yeah, Terenzo, we gonna get it in, man. We gonna talk about society, man. How they trying to basically instruct us to raise these young boys, man, and turn them into some women, basically. Turn them into women, basically. You know what I'm saying? That's what we on out here. That's what we on. Willis, peace. What's happening? Andronicus, peace. What's the word? That's what's the word. Dominique, you see where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? You see how I'm moving. You see where I'm at. I'm in the gym, live from the gym, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just want to talk about, man, how soft society is, man, in regards to these young boys out here, man. Like I was talking about earlier, we don't have any boundaries, man. We don't have any boundaries. Like at some point, I feel like we got to get back to the boundaries. Again, Sankofa, part of Sankofa tells you, you know what I'm saying, you got to go backwards in order to move forwards, man. So I feel like sometimes, man, we got to go back to some of those old traditions in regards to how we raising these young boys out here, man. Nowadays, man, there's just no, like I said, everything goes. Anything goes. There's no holds barred, man. Y'all heard me talk about the buying the young boy the kitchen set type deal, man. That ain't even really what I'm talking about, man. I done just been paying attention to some of the ways people are raising these. Like I've heard things like in reference to some sports when it comes to things like playing football and boxing. I've heard women like, nah, I'm not gonna let my son play football. I'm not gonna let my son box. It's too dangerous. See, that right there is a problem. That right there is a problem. Like I said, you have cultures to where these kids at 7 or 8, they learn how to operate. They learn how to handle a pistol at 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? The people in those cultures ain't like, ah, man, that's too dangerous. Like the moment you start pulling your son out of something because you feel like it's too dangerous, you softening him up. That's soft. You should never say, man, I'm not going to allow my child to play football and box because it's too dangerous. Please don't make that decision for you. Please don't do that. Please do not do that. You don't understand what you are doing when you make a decision like that. You do not understand how you are weakening that young boy by simply doing something like that, especially if they are interested in it. Especially if they saying, man, I want to play football, I want to box. And you like, nah, it's too dangerous. Come on, man. The world that we live in, we're in the wilderness of North America. It's dangerous, period. So at some point, they're going to have to face the danger. You know what I'm saying? So you can't shield her from the danger all your life. Listen, I played football and I was in karate for a minute and I learned some valuable lessons. That made me tougher, man. Like, listen, I'm going to give y'all a jewel. I was a basketball player for the longest. That was my first love. That was my first sport I ever played. And that was the first sport that I was mastering. I was a hooper, man. I played basketball. But I lacked the toughness. In order for me to get the toughness, my pops was like, man, we're going to have to put you in football. Play football. And I end up going further in football than I went with basketball. But moral of the story is that's where I learned my toughness, the combat sport. Dude wasn't like, man, I ain't going to let my son. It's too dangerous. I ain't going to let. Yeah, it's dangerous, but that's a part of life as a man. We got to face the danger head on. If we face with a situation, like if it's a family and it's a dangerous situation up ahead, we got to deal with it. But you shielding this young black boy, you put him in everything that's safe. So then when it's time to protect his family, he afraid now. He afraid to approach the danger. He like, man, I ain't finna do that, man. That look like that's too dangerous. I'm not about to take that challenge on. No, it's too dangerous. My mom and them, they told me to avoid situations like that, man. Y'all do not understand the ramifications behind trying to keep your young son out of stuff like that that you feel like is too dangerous. Man, let him play. Let him play. Let him compete. Let him be a warrior, man. Let him be a warrior, man. Let him be a gladiator out there. Stop, oh, it's too dangerous. I don't want it. If somebody hit my son, I'm finna run out on the field. No, you not. Like, calm all that down, man. Let that young son, let him get knocked down. Let him get back up. Let him learn how to throw a punch or two. Let him learn how to take a hit. Come on, man. Come on. I learned a lot of valuable lessons playing football, man. A lot of valuable lessons, man. Again, I'm the smallest somebody on the field at all times. So if I can survive, man, come on, I'm pretty sure your son can survive. And I'm talking about, man, I know people that got some sons, and these dudes ain't small. 10, 12, man, they quadruple my size, and they talking about they ain't putting them in no sport because it's too dangerous. Man, this dude finna be 6'5", 330 pounds. What you mean? Man, in high school, I was about 5. Listen, if you go check the roster, if you look me up on Google and type in my name in my high school and you find my roster, that joint gonna be like I was 5'5", a buck 40, buck 45. And I'm out here playing amongst people that's twice my size. And it's women out here with sons that's 6'5", 300, like, nah, he don't want to play football. Man, come on, man, you better put him out there. And that's the stuff I'm talking about. Y'all better put him out there, man. He better learn some toughness. So what if he go out there and don't want to do it? He got to go out there and cry, man. Put him in something, man. Don't just let the little boy sit at the crib, man, talking about he just want to play the game or something. He don't want to do that. Nah, put him in something physical. Do it. Man, we ain't finna let these young boys sit at the crib. Come on now. Terenzo, appreciate that donation. You say these are the same principles used right now to weaken the military from within. Great. Man, Terenzo, man, I'm telling you, and my pops have had one of the best conversations in the world. Because my pops, we talk about that every time. Every time I link up with my pops, he talk about that. Because, you know, my pops was military. He talk about that. My pops can't stand it. He can't stand what some of the things that they doing, man, just to weaken the military. He don't like it, boy. That turns into a whole different conversation. My pops get to going in. Like, my pops is the one that really need a YouTube channel, man. My pops be going in. He talk about the different requirements for the women to get into the middle. Like, he pops be going in. Dude be tripping. He be tripping. But what you say, Shantae, you say my son is actually really scary. I encourage him to jump off the couch and on and off the bed. He's 4 years old and started wrestling. Top of the year, there we go. We got to put him in something. I am very adamant about putting a young boy in something physical. Man, whether it's boxing, karate, football, wrestling, something, man, they have got to do something to where they, man, because again, we dealing with testosterone, man. We got to let that type of energy out. We got to let that energy out. I'm telling you, football, all that type of stuff saved my life because I was able to let that type of energy out at that time, man. But now I see a lot of people, man. I know a lot of people, man. You got mothers out here, man. I'm not putting them in that. I'm not putting him in that. That's too dangerous. Like, I'm not finna have my son out there playing football. I'm not finna have my son out there literally, when somebody said they wasn't gonna have their son out there boxing, I was confused. I was like, hold on, boxing? What? I'm like, he's learning how to defend himself. Like, what do you mean you're not gonna let him box because I'm like, wow, this is where we soft out here. We soft. We soft. Like, and we wonder why we got the quality, of men that we have these days. Because soft stuff like this is happening. And I've seen situations, man. And a lot of times people will try to say, oh, well, the father's not present. Man, I've seen situations to where the father is present. And this is the contradiction. So I done seen situations where, like, the father trying to push the child or the son to play football or to box or whatever the case may be. And he may want to do it, he may not want to do it. And then people be like, well, you can't force your child to do X, Y, and Z. And then I would see that, like, on the flip side, I would see that woman be like, well, I'm not gonna put my son in football. I ain't gonna put because, you know what I'm saying, that's dangerous. Is that not force? Is that not force? Like, if a mother is saying, I'm not going to allow my child to play something because it's too dangerous, are you not forcing your child to probably not do something that they may want to do? But every time I hear, and listen, because I'm one of them ones, I've always been one of them ones, like, look, if they like, well, what if you have a son? You going to make him play? Like, he going to play something? Well, you can't force your child. That's the criticism I always get. But I ain't never heard anybody say, well, you can't force your child to not play football. What if they want to play? That's force also. If your young son say, man, listen, I want to play football. And for one thing, we got to understand something too. A lot of times a child not going to really know what they, you know what I'm saying, what they want to do in regards to like sports and things along those lines, man. They got to experiment. Like, I didn't know I was good at basketball until I started to play basketball. Like, I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I had to play football. I had to go out there and I had to play these things in order for me to know, all right, this is cool. This is fun. I can rock with this. All right, I don't like this. Like, I played baseball. I could have probably went somewhere with baseball, but I didn't like it, though. I was like, nah, man, I'm cool on baseball, but I played it, though. My pa, they put me in it. You know what I'm saying? So they was putting me in all these things just to kind of get an idea of what I liked. You know what I'm saying? I gravitated towards, you know what I'm saying, basketball, football, and then ran track and things along those lines. And now we got healthy habits. But one thing we shouldn't allow a young black man to do or a young son to do is sit at home. Never. Like, never. That should never happen. That should never happen. Like, yo, young, if he's sitting at home and doing nothing physical, we have problems. Like, we have problems. That should never have. Like, that would never have happened at the crib. Like, that would never have happened with me, man. I had to be where I had to be doing something. Yeah, Shantae, that's the way to go. Like I said, man, I didn't dabble with, man, I was in everything. Correct. Y'all probably wouldn't even know some of the stuff I tell. Man, I was in Boy Scouts, man, crazy. I was in Boy Scout. I was in the band. Man, I played the drum, I played the snare drum and the bass drum. I played all the sports that I mentioned. Dabble with baseball. Like I said, I was in the karate for a minute. Like I was in everything. I was in everything. So again, people talk about, oh, man, people act like you can't be a student athlete. Man, I did the sports, man. I was in the honor roll, so I did all of that. The sports aspect of it is the physical aspect of it, man. Yeah, we was training the mind. We was mastering the mind. Pops was teaching me chest and all that type of stuff as well. But I'm saying the sports kept me physically active. So we can never neglect that, man. I feel like all young men should be physically active in one way, shape, or form. All young men. That's a habit that all young men should. I mean, young women should have that habit as well. But, man, young men should definitely be trained in the physical as well as the mental. Most definitely. Like, that's a prerequisite, man, to manhood. Physical training. Like, I feel like all young men should endure some type of physical training. They should not just be sitting at home idle, like, I'm bored. Nah, go do something. Go do some physical activity. Period. Nappy Ted, my brother, appreciate that donation. Prodigal son, you say, did I ever get a football scholarship? Yeah, that's the reason why I went to the school that I went to. Everybody, if you know my history, I was in college in Davenport, Iowa. I always tell people don't ask. You know what I'm saying? But I went there on a football scholarship. It's the only reason why I went to school there. Other than that, I was going to be at an HBCU because I got accepted to all of them, man. But that school came out, they offered me the most money for football. And I actually ran track too, but I stopped, man, because I wasn't trying to play two sports in college, man. That was a little draining, man. So I let go of the track. But I definitely got the football scholarship. And shout out to all the Sambos that was in my high school that was telling me I wasn't good enough to do it because of my size, because of my height. I ended up going to the next level with it. And I could have been a lot better. My heart just wasn't really into football at that time, man. Like I said, I was hooper by nature. You say, Don K. Cool, you say get them off them games and them type, man, for sure. You know, and that, like you say, the balance. Because I played the game as well. You know what I'm saying? I was a gamer, man. I played the game as well. I was on the sticks, but then when it was time to go to practice, I'm at practice. And that's discipline. Man, people don't understand the type of discipline that's instilled in you when you play a sport. The type of discipline that's instilled in you, man, when you got to play a sport, man, teamwork. You learn how to cooperate and function with other people. Man, like boxing, man, you got to stick to a strict regimen. That's some of the hardest training you will ever do in your life, training for boxing. Some of the hardest training you ever do in your life. So you learn a ton of discipline. You learn a ton of discipline, man. Learn a ton of discipline. Oh, down for sure. But like I said, people got a misunderstanding that when you playing sports, that we telling people to neglect the mental aspect. You gonna get that. like I said, man, I was honor roll student and all of that, man. Obviously, my mind is sharp, but I learned a lot from the sports, and I learned a lot mentally and physically from the sports, man. You got a lot of people, man, that's what they would call student athletes. You got a lot of scholar athletes, man. You got a lot of them. But it's a whole thing about, man, physical activity, and that's why a lot of times, man, we get some of these people, they focus so much on the mental that they neglect the physical. So when you play the sport, man, you learn you learn how to keep your physical in shape. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the best ways to do it. That's one of the reasons why you know what I'm saying, I really focus on my health like I do, man. I got that discipline from playing sports because I had to focus on my body, man. I had to lift the weights. I had to work out. So that habit started with sports. I wouldn't have had that habit if I wasn't playing the sport. You know what I'm saying? Working it, like I had a purpose for working out at that time, man, and that's just a habit that stuck with me. So it's a lot of jewels that you get from playing the sport. A lot of jewels that I got from playing the sport, man. It's a lot of lessons, man. Like a lot of my character revolves around some of the sports I played, man, and just some of the lessons I learned from playing sports, good and bad, man. Because again, I was discriminated against when I played sports and all that type of stuff, man. So it built character and all of that. Having to go out and show and prove like my abilities, man, when people was out here sleeping on a kid. But like I said, man, I ain't about to shield no young. I'm not about to shield a son from some physical activity, physical confrontation. We ain't about to do that. Shayna Peace, what's happening? We ain't about to do that. We not gonna. That's what we not gonna do. Like we not gonna do that. Talking about it's too dangerous, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, do you know how dangerous it is just being black in America? It's just dangerous, period, man. Dangerous, period. I saw something, man, I forget what year it was, whether it was, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, man, but y'all know how you got like the combine and all that type of stuff, man, when the dudes are in college, headed to the NFL and things along those lines. And I was reading like a scouting report on a dude, I think it was like a dude that played defense. And they was pretty much saying something along the lines of, they was talking about his talent, but then they was just like, you can't yell at him as a coach. Like he's sensitive to yelling. So they was trying to tell these coaches that like, yeah, you can't yell at dude. He doesn't receive that well. I was like, man, what? I never read something like that, man. I forgot who the player was, man. If I can go back and find it, I'm going to find it. But in the scouting report, it was basically trying to warn the coaches like, yeah, man, you can't yell at dude because he don't, you know what I'm saying, he can't handle that well. Man, when I was growing up, man, it was no holds barred in regards to what was said to you from your coaches. And we just had to eat it. You know what I'm saying? We had to have tough skin. Nowadays, they like, nah, you can't yell at buddy. Don't yell at my son. You can't yell at him. And I see that a lot of times too. And this ain't to talk bad about the women, man, because a lot of times they just don't understand it. But I have seen women like in situations like that get all up in the coach's face because they ain't understanding man. Like it's really a man thing, man. Like it's really a man thing. Like when a woman see that dude yelling at her son, like she gonna get defensive naturally. Just sit back and chill, man. That's part of the process. That's how this works. That's how this goes. Like, don't get mad, man. Don't get mad, ladies. Like, don't get upset at the coach for yelling at your son when he was supposed to go through that hole and he went through the other hole. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, come on, man. That's building character, man. It's building character. Looks harsh. It's building character, though. We done all been yelled at. We didn't all been yelled at, man. I done had some crazy things said to me on the field, on the basketball court, and all that. It's natural. It's normal. It happens. You know what I'm saying? Now, when they start trying to lay their hands on them, then all right, cool. Now, you can intervene, man. But they yelling, that's normal. That's a part of the game. That's how I go. Man, I done had back and forth with coaches. Like, I done had shouting matches with them. That's just how the game go, man. That's how it works, man. That ain't no time to step up and like, you ain't finna yell at my son, this, that, and the third. Sit back, take a chill pill. Your son will be all right. Your son will be all right. Oh, prodigal son, don't even get me started. Half the people that criticize football players and think that they dumb jocks and whatnot, I guarantee you half of them cannot memorize a playbook. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I guarantee half the people that criticize football players and make it seem like it's just a physical sport, guarantee half of them cannot memorize a playbook. And I'm just saying memorize the playbook in regards to like your plays and your role in the play. Let alone like if I'm a running back, then I got to be able to identify defenses and things like that. That's taking it to the next level. I'm talking about just the basics of memorizing the playbook. Guarantee you most people can't do that criticize it. Yeah, just you know what I'm saying? Just go ahead, chill, man. We done been yelled at. You know what I'm saying? We done been yelled at. It happens. It happens on all the levels, man. Military, sports, like, man, that's a part of it, man. That's a part of it. Don't get emotional, ladies. If another man yelling at your son, don't get emotional. Because you think he made a mistake, man. That's just, it is what it is, man. That comes with the territory, man. That's building us up. Charles, for sure. Definitely can be prevented. Like some of them coaches just be tripping in regards to dudes passing out and stuff like that, man. You gotta let them get some water and whatnot. Dude, like some of them coaches be legit tripping. You know what I'm saying? And that aspect of it now you gotta watch. But yeah. Man, I done did some crazy things in the name of sports, man. I done played with a whole separated shoulder. I played a whole football game with a sling. So my whole arm was in a sling because I had an AC separation in my shoulder, and I played a whole football game, and I was running back. So that just let you know how crazy I was at that time. I had to play a game. My whole shoulder, my arm was like this under my pads. I had one arm. Literally, my hand was in the sling just like this underneath my shoulder pads. I had one available arm. And all I pretty much was doing that game was blocking because I couldn't pretty much run or whatnot. But that's building that toughness. So one thing about me, you know I'm not weak. You know I ain't finna back down, man. I'm out here playing a physical game like that, man, with a whole sling on. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't backing down, man. We ain't backing down. We ain't going out like that. Y'all know me, I'm tapping into the lights trying to see if people be out here creeping, man. What people be on? Kurt, I would honestly say St. Louis is more of a baseball city. I would definitely say it's a baseball city for sure. I would definitely say baseball for St. Louis, man. Like, I'm watching this car do whatever it's doing right here. Y'all know I be tapped in, man. Anybody that pull up in here that looking unfamiliar, keep my head on the swivel. Stay ready so we ain't got to get ready in this thing, man. Oh, yeah, Brandon, man. Like I said, good old days, man. Like I said, man, we got to instill that toughness, man. It's crazy out here, man. People ain't going to let their sons do nothing. People ain't going to let their sons do nothing, man. Like, it's crazy out here, man. People not going to let their sons do anything. It is just, it's too, shout out to the ladies that ain't afraid to put their sons in football, boxing, and all that type of stuff. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to, we appreciate y'all, man. Y'all make it easier. Y'all make fatherhood and things like that a lot easier. We ain't got to fight with you. Like, I feel like I shouldn't have to fight with anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I got to fight with you to put my son in football, like, what world am I living in? If my son say he want to play football, man, I ain't about to fight with you. He finna play football. So shout out to the ladies that make this easier. Oh, Melvin, yeah, for sure. Yeah, flip-flops and sandals, man. They be wearing them joints with no socks and everything. Prodigal son, for sure. For sure. I am, man. We not offended at all, man. Because we also tackling those important issues as well. But when it's time to go to war, when it's wartime, we already know who the soldier's gonna be because we already trained, we ready. We ready, man. We trained in the art of battle, man. That's literally what you learning, man. That's literally what you learning. So again, can't see the importance. Can't see the importance of the sport. Man, Nappy Ted, that's one thing I was trying to get. I was trying to get into boxing heavy, man, but it never happened. Like I said, I was in karate for like a hot second. But I was really trying to box, though. 100% trying to do that. But, man, I'm done with the soft environments, man, that we trying to create for these young boys, man. I can't handle it. And then as a man, you can't say anything. You know what I'm saying? You literally can't say anything, man. Like I said, with this whole kitchen set, talking about buying a young boy a kitchen set. This what it then turned into. Now all these women about to purposefully buy their young sons kitchen sets. That's what's about to happen. The sales of kitchen sets about to go up. Like, that's what's about to happen. Man, hey, y'all the moderators. Y'all can do what y'all feel. I don't care nothing about it. I don't be caring about these people, man. Y'all can do what y'all feel. If y'all feel he out here disrespecting the cause, bringing that unnecessary energy, be my guest. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all here for. That's why y'all got them wrenches. That's why y'all got them wrenches, man. Y'all make them decisions. I'll let y'all do y'all on that. Prodigal son for sure. You know what I'm saying? 100%. Just, hey, let these young boys be men, man. You know what I'm saying? Let them grow to be men. Like I said, man, these soft pacifying environments, man, it's getting on my nerves. But every time you try to address it, y'all already know the type of labels that we get hit with. It's crazy, man. It's hard to address it. It's hard to address it. But like I said, the kitchen set sales, that's about to skyrocket, man. Y'all about to see a bunch of young boys get kitchen sets for Christmas. That's what y'all about to see. Like, it was good marketing. However this came up, man, whoever was behind it, that's good marketing. So y'all about to see kitchen sets, sales about to skyrocket. That's perfect marketing. Whoever, like, listen, the people the companies that's behind creating kitchen sets, man, this is beautiful marketing. Beautiful marketing. They about to make a ton of money. They about to make a ton of money. That's all I got to say about that. They about to make a ton of money. They about to make a ton of money. And like I said, man, that conversation can go any which way. Like I said, I get both sides of that particular argument in regards to the kitchen set. I just go based off of how I was raised. I wasn't getting no kitchen set. You know what I'm saying? That's all I had said about the situation. I wasn't getting that. And like I said, I don't know for the life of me, this is one thing we got to quit doing in regards to this kitchen set discussion. We got to quit acting like this kitchen set has anything to do with them turning out to be a chef. You know how many of these young ladies that got kitchen sets, as I said, the previous stream, you know how many young ladies get a kitchen set, grow up to not learn how to cook? Ain't got nothing to do with them learning how to cook when they get older. Like, it has nothing to do with that. Literally, nothing to do. You know how many things I got as a child that I didn't grow up to become that? Like, come on now. Like, it's a little bit deeper than that. It's a little bit deeper than that. But I'm definitely getting tired of that particular argument. People making it seem like they training a young son to become a chef by giving them a kitchen set. That's not why he's getting the kitchen set. Your son is not going to get a kitchen set because he's about to become a chef. Like, the percentage of that is low. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not why he's going to get a kitchen set. That's probably not why he wants the kitchen set. Like, come on now. But like I said, people not understanding that. But again, I ain't even here to have that argument. Kitchen set, whatever case may be. It's other stuff that definitely is not for young boys, and we should be able to universally agree upon that people like, nah, what if they want to play with that? Like dolls and stuff. Like, man, there's people out here like, man, my young son, if he want to play with the doll, then he gonna play with the doll. If he want to walk around in some young girl's clothing, then he gonna walk around. Like, no, nope, and no. And I've heard all of those arguments. I've heard all of them arguments. No no principles, no rules and regulations. If your young son want to do anything and everything, you gonna let him do it. You letting the child run the household. Who's the adult in this situation? If you just gonna let your young son do whatever he want to do, like what's the point of that? Like, nah, that's not how I was raised, man. It's rules and regulations. It's restrictions. It's certain things that we not doing. Nowadays, like I said, that's off. That young son want to play with that dog. You better not, as a black man, you better not say, nah, young boys don't play with dogs. You better not say that. You better not say that. My boy Malik, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, hey, put him in the actual, like, that's how we really learn. Put us in the actual kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Dean, that was my whole point. I ain't even want to make that point yet. I ain't even want to get to that point yet. They ain't finna cook, you know what I'm saying? Now, again, we got some traditional ladies. They embrace cooking, but a lot of these ladies nowadays, these young ladies, be the younger generation for sure, don't have no desire to cook. So that you got to understand the psychology. That's why they pushing these young boys to do it. Understand the psychology. Listen to what you said, Dean. You was like, hey man, a lot of these ladies, they don't want to cook, but now they pushing it on the sons. This is that role where they want the young man, they want the men to cook. They like, nah, that ain't my role. I ain't cooking. I ain't doing it. So again, all right, give your young son this kitchen. Say your young son finna turn out to be that chef. He finna have to cook. He gonna have to do all the cooking and clean. He gonna have to do that. That's where it's gonna go. That's the way the world is headed. That's where the world is headed. Now again, we ain't saying there's anything wrong with a man cooking. And we should be wise enough to know. We should be wise enough to know there's a such thing as old traditions. We know what the old tradition was like. So we shouldn't have to explain that. We know that the old tradition revolved around roles between men and women. And we knew who was in charge of the kitchen. You know what I'm saying, man? When it was kitchen time, my granny was in charge of that kitchen. My grandfather knew how to cook some things, but my granny ran that kitchen. I ain't say anything about my grandfather not knowing how to cook, not knowing how to use the kitchen. But my granny ran that joint. That was her. The kitchen was hers. She ran that kitchen. That was her joint. That was her joint. Like the kitchen, it's granny. Just like my mom's. The kitchen, that's hers. My pops know how to prepare some certain things, but like the kitchen, that's Mom Dukes. That's Mom Dukes. But these days, everything is getting reversed. It's about to be like the role of the man is about to be in the kitchen. That's about to be his role. Like that's about to be our role. Like as a man, you gonna have to. That's gonna be your role. You gonna own that kitchen. While your woman goes out to work. Like that's where the world is headed, man. Y'all heard it here first. Or y'all probably already knew it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wise enough, y'all intelligent. Ain't about to insult y'all intelligence like y'all heard it here first. Y'all probably already thinking this and knowing that. That's where the world is headed, man. The man gonna be at home cooking. He gonna be a house husband or whatever the case may be. Woman gonna be going out there bringing home what they call the bacon, the swine. That's the way of the world. That's where we headed. Either that, or you gonna have the same sex situations going on and all that type of stuff. So that's the world, man. That's where we headed with it. That's where we headed with it. Hey, shout out to Goddess and hey, shout out to the sisters that love cooking. We definitely appreciate y'all, man. If don't nobody tell y'all, like, listen, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all 100%. I appreciate all women that love to cook. Appreciate it. Because again, man, like I said, it's my granny, that's my mother. Like, I appreciate that. Like, man, we appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Keeping the old tradition alive like that. I mean, we appreciate that, man. Seriously. Seriously. I really want to show y'all appreciation. This is like an appreciation portion of this stream. Appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. Like, that's a beautiful thing when a woman loves to cook. Just loves to cook. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. It ain't nothing like a woman. It ain't nothing like a woman's cooking. I don't care how good this dude is at cooking. It's something about that woman when she know how to throw down, man. It's just something that she can throw in that food that a man can't. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that she can add to that food that the man cannot. I don't care how good that dude is at cooking. I don't care, man. It's something that that woman can add to that food, man, that make that food just great. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, man, salute to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Ain't nothing like a good home cooked meal from a woman, man, from a black woman. I don't too much food with them white plates, man. They don't add enough seasoning and things like that, man. Them plates be a little unrighteous, man. I used to have one of my next door neighbors growing up was white, boy. That was some stale food, boy. That food was trash. So I don't know about that. I don't know about the white folks and they cooking, man. I ain't with that. I ain't gonna eat the white woman's food. It ain't necessarily that good. No offense to y'all, that's how y'all like y'all food, but man, we gotta add the spice and whatnot, man. We gotta spice it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We gotta spice it up on my end, on my side of town, man. But with that being said, y'all, man, I think my client just pulled up for this 7 o'clock joint that I got. Man, I appreciate y'all listening to this vent real quick, man. But now I'm finna go ahead and terrorize these clients because that's what I do. I'm still tap back in with y'all, man. I'm still tap back in with y'all tomorrow, man, because I'm good, man. I'm back at it, man. I was resting for too long, man. Y'all know I ain't like being down for that long, man. I ain't like that. I ain't fool with that at all, man. That ain't sit well with me. When I wasn't able to do anything for like 5 or 6 days, that ain't cool, man. I don't rock like that. A real man don't like being down for that long, man. So I ain't like it. So now we back at it, man. So I'm good, man. We good. I'm good. Finna continue to put out this content, man. So I appreciate y'all tapping in with me, man. Y'all be easy. For real this time. I ain't doing no three-peat. So y'all be easy for real this time, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of this, what is it? Wednesday, the rest of this Wednesday. I'm out, y'all. Peace.